Okay, let me know if you need anything. Ready, call a meeting to order at 4 p.m. Hey, it works. 4 p.m. Roll call. Body attending. Andy.
Here.
Mark.
Here.
Maria.
Here.
Jerry.
Here.
And a guest. And
Lynn Thompson with the Herald Republican.
oh, I knew that. It's Lynn.
Yeah.
I was gonna bring you up later anyway, so I'm glad you're here.
Hey, you told me that on the phone the other day. Said he's a good man.
I don't get that off.
Okay, do you have your minutes from the last meeting? Did you prepare something for
I
us?
didn't.
Okay.
I did not. I apologize.
We will make a note to read and reprove the minutes of the last meeting at the next meeting.
Yep.
Because there was nothing judicial or anything that we did that was recorded, so.
Nope.
Andy will bring.
I did not think I was here.
Okay, moving right along. First item I have on the old business is the request for the accounting documents again, which Jerry asked for. Everybody should now have your short document, and you should have the payment request from Foods Alive. Did you get that last time, Mark?
Mm-mm.
You did, okay.
I think so.
Thank you. Made you one of those, so you can make notes on it for the
That
minutes
would
if
be
you
helpful,
want.
actually. Yeah, I was just.
I'm making mine.
I have some more made because it's been
I'll
a
just
while
give
since
you
we've
the
done
hand
that.
raise for a second. Okay. Okay, and we have two documents. One should show the total value left in the fund. It was highlighted in yellow at the bottom. I don't know whether your printout shows it or not, but that is the amount left in our fund to use. So I was told. And then the second is Foods Alive's payback. In the money we've anyway, the money we've given to people, we are totally paid back all except for Foods Alive, if anybody asks. Okay? Now, I have asked that they contact, under the new Okra, I've asked that we contact the mayor of Terre Haute in his new job, who is the Okra director for the state of Indiana. Did Ryan say he was going to do that, or did he mention it?
He did not mention that to me.
Do you have time to do it?
I can do that.
Okay.
Contact.
His name is Duke Bennett. And they told me last time I talked to him that we were going to have Okra funds by the 1st of February. Here's the article that was in the book for him.
Hi, Duke.
I think he's in Evansville now. But there was $6 million put into the Okra fund for use, but they haven't said what they're going to use it for yet. So we need to stick with it and see.
No, those Okra funds are closed that we did have.
Yeah, there's nothing left of that. Matter of fact, the people that ran it are doing something else now, aren't they? That guy from Kendallville, his name was Mark.
I'm assuming.
Matt Frankman.
If you're talking about Region
I
3A.
tried to call him and I didn't get anybody, so
Oh, okay.
we'll see.
Met the new mayor of Kendallville last week.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I could have a new one now. Old police chief.
What did you have for the last day of the last meeting?
You go back and look.
Was it? We're back in June, was it?
There was an October 16th meeting, I believe,
Okay.
that I would say was our last.
Yeah.
Meeting. Does that sound right?
It does.
Yeah. I was actually in attendance. I just did not get these printed off today, so I apologize.
The Elevate Ventures today released a press release where their funds are now being put into place to be used. They figure they're going to have twice as much money, double the number of state-supported venture development investments this year. So that's just something that maybe Mark, do you have any questions about the accounting that we should ask them, or just you didn't see anything either?
No, really.
Okay. Anybody else have any issues with it? Any questions for you? Okay, good. We don't know what you're going to ask anyway. Okay, we are now into new business. I would like some input and possibly ideas for marketing of the money and the funds to Angola businesses again, like we've tried before. We were just told, Jerry and I were just told about one that has approached the city and went straight to the mayor. And he told the mayor and whoever was there that he'd never been offered this before. And I know we have. Anyway, we have a candidate that's up for it, and we have dealt with them before. I told, what's her name? To make an appointment with him, and somebody would go appear with him, Mark. Somebody who's available that day will go sit with them and see what they've got this time.
Okay.
They do hold a $70,000 liquor license, a three-way with carryout. I don't think it's worth that much, but I thought they were only 35 last time we looked at one. But they have that. He's the one who wants to put the gin and cigar bar upstairs. So that's something we'll need to do if that comes up. Okay?
So somebody will be visiting that particular.
Yes. Yeah, she's going to make arrangements for us to go see
Okay,
him.
Retha will.
Yes. And she had a lot of valuable information that I don't think was ever passed on to us. I think it was through Vivian, and I don't think it ever got to us, but we can see, because at the same time, the other guy was trying to get his through Compo.
Okay.
So we got that one to deal with. Anybody have any ideas about soliciting? You know, we have lots of money to loan, and they don't have to be $100,000 loans, and the interest rate is phenomenal. Until they come up with Okra, I think we should start seeing these people. We know that we have a lot of restaurants in trouble. And I've talked to several of them that voice the same opinion. There's just not enough people. I did talk to, what's the woman's name that owns the hatchery? Heather. She's quite excited about her new program. I was impressed with what she's put together. That'll be fun. Okay.
I had hopes of contacting our Glenn here at a friendly reporter to perhaps maybe put an article in the paper about the fact that there is money available, and at least start getting something out there publicly.
And we've done that in the past. It's just, it needs to keep going for people to know that it's there. And I think as the interest rates have climbed, right, in that sector, now this holds some value that it didn't hold before. So it feels like it's a good time to get something out there, however that's done.
If we do put some, go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just thinking that the SCEDC has a list, I'm sure, an email list, and that would be probably more direct to businesses that we want to reach. Also, Economic Development has a newsletter that goes out. And then there's also the water bill.
Right, city news, yeah.
So those three things.
Jennifer would be sending out the EDC letter from Angola, right? Because Isaac gets all involved in other items throughout the county, and they're really not things that we should be looking at.
Well, she has a newsletter, a digital newsletter that goes out, and she's also a sign up with some other avenues online, like next door, which goes into the neighborhoods. I don't know if we wanted.
I did see next.
Yeah,
That's
so, well, she's on, the city's on there.
Hmm.
So, they promote through that. So I think more digital online stuff using the Facebook more. And, promoting that kind of stuff.
Yeah, she was over at Sutton's today at lunchtime, and I should have asked her.
Do we want to do physical flyers?
I think if we, regardless of what we do, I think we need to be
Oh,
that, but be pretty specific too. If we put an article in the paper, I think that's great. But I think the first thing businesses are going to think when they see it is, I don't
Right.
qualify. I don't qualify. I don't qualify.
Well, is
So I
there,
think we need to be a little bit.
do we have a business list, a local business list? That we, that is specifically to Angola? Can
we
SCEDC
have a
pair
list
that?
that goes into
down?
the 2 mile, is that what that is? 2 mile
Jurisdiction.
jurisdiction. We have that list that Vivian made for us.
Well, then that list can be direct, we can direct market to them on that and have a direct contact. And that would be Jennifer.
That's what you, oh, I
Right.
thought you were gonna do.
Oh, I don't know that much about the internals anymore. So, but Jennifer could maybe be the main person to contact on
She's
that.
gotta be campaigning now.
And then direct them to the website that has that information on it too. It should, the loans, I think the loan information is on there.
It's on our
On the city
website.
on the city
On the city
website.
website,
Yeah,
I
it
believe
should
so.
still be there.
It doesn't have good contact people though. It just says, matter of fact, it doesn't say, does it say contact you now?
I have not seen it, so.
It's hard to get to it, but it's on there. I saw it this morning.
But we can directly link to each of those forms, so they're not looking around a lot too.
That's a
If
good
we
idea.
did, we could also list the whole committee,
Yeah.
because other people might know some people, but not the other.
And I think that's an important point, that there can't be just one point of contact. I mean, that's something that we should be bringing to this group is, you do it all the time, and I know you do too, and you did as well. Talking to myself, I guess, and you, Jerry. But yeah, if we know people, we need to be trying to get them to this fund,
Well, a lot of
or
it,
the opposite.
if in the news that we read and we see it every day, is the big picture is when you have the national franchises that are closing their businesses throughout the country, big businesses like Subway's closing 250 sites in Indiana. Those are franchises. I'm not sure how they get away with that, but they're doing it. Wendy's is in trouble down here. She said that Burger King, is that what she said? They have issues. They're just not making the nut every month to cover it. So we've got to be able to help them if we can.
I think the other thing, not only do we need to get whether it's paper, internet, whatever, get the details of what we're offering out.
Yeah, and
We need to understand what we're offering too. So if we're asked,
We look for it today.
we can give them correct answers.
I like a cheat sheet.
maybe this is a good time to tell the newspaper what, who would be good to qualify for that, who we're looking for, the terms.
Go ahead and you're on the floor. This was a fund that was created by money that was provided to the city of Angola for the purchase of the toll road. Angola got so many $1 million and they have kept it and not spent any of it to this, except what we have spent in the last 2 years. They had quite a bit of money that could go out to local businesses for upgrades, get them out of financial issues if they needed it. And our board was put together by Kathy Armstrong along with Mayor Hickman. And it consisted of people that were in the banking industry. It had a city representative. It had people from the community that were out in the community and new people in the community that could get to people. And as surprising as it is, we've given a lot of money out to people, but we've always been paid back. That's something remarkable for a loan from the city of Angola. We've given $100,000 loans to 6 different businesses, I believe it is. And every one of them's paid back with the exception of the one that's current right now.
And they're up to date with it.
Yeah, they're up to date, right. And we still have considerable amount of money left to loan. If you could work that into something, we'd appreciate it.
How much is available, like in total and per business or what?
Our loan structure is based on $100,000 is the max you can borrow as an individual. You do need to do applications, credit checks. We will come talk to you. Mark is good at that. He's talked to a few people and, we've all been to see people and, we've either worn them out where they really didn't want to try it, or we've been real successful at getting it done.
Can we advertise the current rate structure?
I did ask Ryan that this morning on the phone. Yes,
What is
because
it?
it's not going to change.
What is it, do you know?
I think it's on that sheet, isn't it?
It's 2%
1.5.
below prime.
Is it?
So it'd be 6.5 today?
And I
Pretty
thought
sure
he,
that's what it is.
well, no, don't put that down because I think he said it's 1.5.
Oh, it is?
Below prime?
No, total.
Ooh.
We're not here to make money on the investment of the money.
Is that based off of what it might have been on a previous loan?
No, it's always been the same
Or
since
is
we
it
started.
flat?
1.75 sounds right, because if you look at this payment, their very first payment on $100,000, their payment
What
was,
was the year?
It's been the same ever since we started.
Okay.
It's never changed. And I talked to Ryan specifically about that this morning because I thought that they might want more money.
oh, it's 2%.
Does it say below prime or just flat too?
Says right here on the front page,
Okay, good.
2% is the interest rate.
And I did confirm that with him today. So that's what he said. It's the same. It will not change because
This
they're
one
not
is
in,
2%, 10 years.
they're not in the market to make money off of that leftover funds. They want us to use it to have something to give back to the community.
Again, it'd probably be nice before we put this in the paper to somehow verify this, just because I think that's the right, because that's what their rate is. I mean, it says it right there.
It does,
Yeah, so I would think would be the same, but
Loan interest shall be at a fixed rate set at the date of loan closing and calculated at a rate of 2% less than the New York prime interest rate as published in the Wall Street Journal, but shall not be less than 2%.
I wonder why this one says 2% then, because 2% below prime is 6.5. Prime right now is 8.5.
So it would be fixed at the time where it was signed. So that's why I was asking the date that they signed.
Okay.
It won't
No,
change.
it's possible it could have been at 4 at the time.
Probably was.
Yeah, so it's 2% below.
Ryan will be back tomorrow. He was at his new class
December
for
of 21.
And prime rate then would have been probably 3.5. So the 2% makes sense.
small.
But still, if it's 2% below prime, today that's the 6.5% rate, which commercial folks can't get that rate today. So still, to your point, it's still a good interest rate.
Right.
We will have to talk to Ryan, who will be back Friday. He's in school in Indianapolis. So he said. Now, we don't know that.
I do.
Shelley was sitting at lunch with us, so. Okay, you have any other questions for us while you're writing down that we could?
No, just write fast and figure it out later.
That's what I would have done too, so good deal.
It's that military training. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if we as a board, you as the newspaper, hear of people that are, treading water, they need to see somebody, we have the ability to go see them. And we always have Mark, if there's real money that could be loaned to them for big bucks advancements, his bank is willing to step in and do that, I would assume, still. But we need to help our community get going. We're struggling a bit with different businesses that are just not going to open again. And it's a sad deal. So we need to keep after it. If you have ideas, let's do it.
I also want to help bring people here.
Yeah. Yes,
I still say 9 out of every 10 people you talk to have no idea that this is even
I
available.
know.
Mhm.
So to your point, how do you get it across to them? I mean,
Well,
the paper's got to help, yeah.
you've been here a short time with the paper. What would you suggest? Just a thought.
Yeah, doing a news story and promote it on the city's website, or water bills would be awesome. Everybody gets it. It's always right there. But
More fun with a water bill.
yeah,
I make it out at 21 cents, 39 cents. And even if it's supposed to be 100, I just make it out these odd numbers. And Gretchen yells at me every time I walk in here.
Doesn't surprise me.
So we probably need to get that to Retha probably pretty quick.
Yes.
She is going to stay on top of it for us. Steele had another one that when he was leaving today, he had another business he suggested, but he didn't know who to contact. So, I mean, we need people to sit out here and tell us who to go see, and we can go see them. We don't,
Isaac has a couple interesting too, I believe. It's one
new
of these
businesses, all right?
new businesses, new business.
The other thing we could do is, Dave knows Steve Swick. I know Steve. Maybe get him. Steve would probably do something for us on the radio.
I think he would. He did it when we first started. See when you visit with him next time.
Yeah, I'll see him. And Dave Martin sees him every day, I know, so.
Do they?
He has lunch about every day at the venue, so he's seen too. He might see me before I will, but I will. I'll talk to Steve.
If there was to be another facility in downtown Angola around the mound, do you feel that there is a market for a better restaurant based on the venue being where it's at? Now, Retha said that the concern with the city is that all the students go to the venue and there's no place for adults to go. Does that make sense?
Well, you got Sutton's and you got
Yeah,
Monument Pizza.
Yeah.
Monument Pizza's always busy.
I hated to see the hatchery closed. I thought that was
Yeah, me too.
that was just
That article that she did in the paper when she closed was excellent.
Yeah.
I told her about her husband passing,
yeah.
and he passed during our Okra loan program last year. And
I think that was her father, right?
I think that was her husband.
I think it was her dad. I think. Because her husband's Mark. I think he's still alive.
yeah, it was her father.
Was
I
it?
think it was her father, yeah.
He was sick during that time.
Yes.
And she's a great example of someone that we give some money to
Twice.
twice. And she's just, she sings our praises. She really does.
Without a doubt, she does. Yes. Okay. Anyone have any new business to discuss? Okay, I have. What did she say? Turn that off.
Yeah, well, I will when we're done now.
Okay, I have a new loan to discuss, so
Okay.
do we want to end this meeting and then discuss it? We can't really do that either, so you have to. We have a local business that wants to apply for $100,000 loan. That business is purchasing the business and the building next door to them. They are a good business. They've got a good membership level. And he has asked me to go ahead and put everything together for him to apply for the $100,000 loan. I do need the paperwork. We couldn't find the applications today, so we need the application and the request for the credit check, which we'll do. And then by next meeting, we'll be able to go into executive session, have him here and talk about it. If everybody agrees to that, that's what we're going to do. That's what we need to do, according to Retha.
I agree.
I agree. Do we have to call for a vote on that one?
We haven't got an application yet, but I've sat with him twice, and I'm sure that's, he's community oriented. He's got a lot of people from the community that are members with him, and it's a good structured business right now, and he just wants to get bigger.
If he's willing to mention that to some of his contacts.
He has.
Then that helps word of mouth.
Mason, what's the mayor's daughter's name? Ex-mayor? Anyway, she's married to Mason Hoddle.
Cameron. Police chief.
Cayman. Yeah, her. She's married to him, and they went in and talked to Seth and his wife, and they big time sellers for us. They knew about it. They knew about it through the Community Foundation. Carmen.
Carmen, that's it.
Yeah, and they were big sellers for us, and he's a deputy with the sheriff's.
Scott Huddleston?
Yes.
Yes.
First marriage. And it's Fred's grandson. Yes. Fred Beck's grandson, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Do I have a motion to, anybody have anything else? Any questions for us?
Okay.
Okay, motion to adjourn,
So moved.
second?
Second.
Oh, now we got a problem. Conflict.
Say it's Jerry.
No.
Gary's not allowed to vote. Okay. Yeah. Have you got everything you need?
Think so.
Okay. Thank you all. We appreciate it. Thank you, sir. We appreciate it very much.
How do I spell your name? Mark, M-A-R-K, last name C-O-W-E-N. That one.
E-N. Yeah. How do I spell your name?
My name is Badi, B-A-A-D-E.